What's up, Savages? How's it going? It is Sunday, man. The market is looking pretty good today. I'm digging it. What's up, Crypto Z? Thanks for showing up. I just, I don't know. I kind of felt like doing a little live stream tonight and going over basically the components that I have kind of more or less picked out for my new streaming slash editing machine. Get my camera right here. And the thing is that it was funny because as I was, putting it together, looking at the components and everything, a video came across. I don't even know the channel's name, but or the guy's name, but he was basically saying, like, because I'm looking at AMD Ryzen type build, and probably a Ryzen 7 2700K. But he was saying don't buy now because, and then I saw all the stuff with AMD today with things coming out, new processor, Ryzen 3000 or third gen, I guess you could say. And, he was basically saying, like, don't buy right now because the new stuff's coming out. But you know what? I don't know. What's up, Ronus? I've had this streaming machine that I'm using is super old, and I've had it for a lot of years. So I am not, and I've never really been the type, and you guys know probably from watching my channel for a while, I don't really buy all the newest, latest, greatest stuff. I stay somewhere in that real. I used to, whenever I was building machines all the time, I used to call it it's like a little sweet spot where you're not overpaying, but you're not underpaying. You're not buying like the cheapest, but not the most expensive. So you're just right there in the middle, the most economical, I guess you could say, power, performance and cost and all that stuff. Anyway, so that is kind of where I was going with this build. I did want to kind of do a themed build, and you guys know I'm into Star Wars, of course, and mid-range, exactly. And like I like, clearly you can look at my YouTube channel and my Twitter and all that stuff. I'm big on like black and white, those are my two colors. So then I kind of was, and grays, of course, too. I don't know, it's just my personality or something. I don't know what it is, but I like black, white, gray. Maybe that's why I like CCX so much, because that's what their colors are. But the price point, exactly, Crypto Z. What I have now is actually an i7, but I don't know, man. For the editing and the streaming part, you need typically you need more cores, right? And I think that's where I was kind of like pushing into it, because Intel is pretty expensive, and I think that's what was kind of pushing me towards the AMD CPU. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll show you all in a minute what my train of thought like totally derailed. I'm sitting here watching Crypto Z type to me, and I'm like, I forgot what I was actually saying. Oh, the whole theme. All right. So anyway, I like Star Wars. I like black and white. And then as I was putting the pieces together, I was like, okay, what color, case, what kind of, I'm big on, because I kind of do want it to be a cool looking machine, right? But there are people out there on YouTube, obviously, building $6,000 machines. I don't have that kind of budget, right? The one I'm building, if I get everything that I've got listed, is still pretty expensive though. It's like $1,800. But I might even wait. I might take a few things off of it. I might change a few things around. But I'm not going with a $6,000 machine, or even $3,000, or even $4,000 or anything like that. It's going to be less than two for sure, $2,000. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I did want to make it kind of a theme machine, so I'm going with Storm. I don't know if you saw the tweet or my the thumbnail. I think I had it in here. Let's see here. Yeah. So. Star Wars fan, so I'm going to go with a Stormtrooper. It has been done before, trust me. If you look up, Star Wars PC build or something like that on YouTube, there's plenty of them. I'm not trying to be like the first to do this, but I think it's kind of cool. I'll get a little bobblehead to put inside of it and all that stuff, because the side's going to be open and glass and all that stuff. Total just geeking out stuff. But I'm going to call the machine Riot Gear because that's what that particular stormtrooper is right here. He's from, I guess that would be, man, I'm going to forget. It's definitely not Rogue One. The Force Awakens, yeah. So it's going to be from The Force Awakens, the Riot Gear stormtrooper. So anyway, that's kind of like the theme that I wanted to throw on it. We'll see. Yeah, exactly, Ronus. We will see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so that's kind of like where I'm at. But before I throw up the spreadsheet with what I'm getting or what I'm looking at let's go ahead and look at the market, and I'll do a refresh here real quick. So we're up almost 10%. And this happened super fast, guys, because I know Crypto Zombie put out a tweet or a video earlier today, because he does one every day, but it's usually like earlier in the day, and this hadn't even started. It was still at 7,000 whatever, 7,900, 7,950 or whatever. So all this happened pretty quick, and that is, I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Everything's up. It's a pretty green day as far as Coin 360 goes. Let's see what else. If we go to CoinMarketCap, just look over here real quick, do a refresh. Same over there. Yeah, I normally look at mineable coins only, but yeah. So we've got I think the market cap's up 21 billion, something like that. Volume is still really high, and Bitcoin dominance looks like it went up a little bit, probably because of this influx into Bitcoin itself. So it looks like things are moving up. I know there's a lot of people that are calling for 10,000 pretty soon, pretty quick. I don't necessarily disagree with them. I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later. What's up, Red Panda? Cool video today, man. That was cool giveaway stuff. I like that kind of stuff. One of these days I'll be able to do a giveaway like that. Maybe. We'll see. I have done giveaways before. I did I think I did a 5 ETC giveaway, or it might have been 3. I don't know. I think it was 3 because it was back when ETC was $10 each, I believe, something like that. Yeah, that was a cool video. Cool live stream. I was digging it, and there was a lot of cool people in there too, so that made it even better. Yeah, if y'all Ethereum Classic. I'm sorry, ETC. Yeah, not Ethereum. Ethereum Classic. It was whenever it was about $10, I believe. I was going to give away an ETH whenever it was down in the 70s or 80s, though. I just didn't pull the trigger, just didn't do it. All right. So as far as my machine goes, well, let me show y'all what I'm mining first. I always have to do that. Both of my Hive OS rigs are off right now because of my power situation. I still haven't got it worked out. Just other things going on. Not here at the house and messing around with rigs and power so much. Plus, I'm still kind of moving in, so it's been difficult. Super busy. But the co-owned rigs, the 2 co-owned rigs are up and running, and they're still mining CCX, which I think is a hidden gem. Definitely price is suppressed lately. I want to say it's down to 13 cents or something like that. Let's see here. I forget. I don't really keep too much. Okay, so it's 14 cents. Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's still kind of it's a new coin. Still 1 year anniversary recently. So, but this is what we're still mining. Doing pretty well. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't really look at it. Some people mine for straight profit, and I just don't. Because at this scale, like this small stuff, like hobby type stuff, you just mine it and hold it and hope that it blasts off one day, right? So that's kind of what we're doing with this. We've actually locked up some of the coins in the CCX in the Conceal Network banking features. We put some in as a deposit, is what they call it. It's kind of like a CD. So we've locked some coins up for I want to say we went a full year, and then we still have, and then we're still mining, so we still have some in the wallet. And then I transfer over some to pay for electricity and things like that, and that's it. We just keep on rocking. So we're going to probably stay on Conceal for quite some time. It's not hard on electricity. It doesn't consume a lot of electricity, and difficulty is kind of down. So, I don't know. It's a good project. I like it, so we're staying on it for a while. And my rigs are off. If my rig was on, I would probably right now, I might still be mining Nemic actually. I'm not sure. Either Nemic or Aeon. I don't know. I don't know what I would put it on right now. I think that, what did I see? Oh, you know what I saw? I saw that Bitcash was on. Yeah, Bitcash is over on CoinMarketCap now. So that's cool. They just got added to CoinMarketCap recently, so. Yeah, alts definitely have their days after BTC. I'm wondering how much further BTC is going to run before any type of alt season comes in. I wonder why this doesn't say mineable down here. You know how the mineable coins say mineable right there? Bitcash is definitely mineable. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish that wish the alts would catch up. The high market cap stuff is doing pretty well, but I don't know. Let's see, what can we do? We could do a filter by non-mineable. Actually, and then you go over here and go to BTC and do a comparison to BTC, and these are mineable supposedly. Some of them will show up in here that aren't really mineable, but you can see how it's a lot of red compared to BTC. Yeah, I think LTC is probably going to make a pretty good run. I agree with that. They got the halving coming up, so I can remember in December looking at that $20 LTC, and I was like, man. I look back on it now, I'm like, what was I thinking? I didn't gobble up that stuff. So scoop it. Yeah, I should have scooped up a lot of it, but I didn't. Yeah, a lot of these are not doing good against BTC, except for Native Coin. Native Coin's doing pretty well. Pack Coin, all right. All right, so that is enough of the market stuff. Let's go ahead and check out my machine that I hope to build pretty soon. So this is the hardware that I've kind of decided on, and you guys that know a lot about hardware could probably, if you make recommendations and stuff, I'll consider it. But this is the case I'm going after. I'll just, if I can get it to highlight the whole thing here. Again, this was kind of a themed build, right? So I was looking at Star Wars, black and white, Stormtrooper type stuff, and you can see that in my logo or my channel art and all that stuff too. Lots of blacks and whites, and like I was saying, that's probably why I like Conceal so much, because that's their colors too, for the most part. All right, so let's go over to, I think this one was from Amazon, I believe. Just to get a picture of what the case looks like. This one right here, I believe, and then it's the white one. So it looks like that. And this was the same one that I had picked out before. On the last show that we were talking about this machine, I had brought this up, and I think that my machine hung up right after that. So it only highlights the reason that I need a new machine, right? Because I really want to get a little bit more reliable and consistent. I don't want to have to worry about my machine crashing and stuff all the time. So yeah, so that is the case. And let's head over here. Some of the stuff like these fans here, I put them on here originally, but as you can see, I don't have a price over here. I just put the price right here because paying $102 for 3 fans, I don't know. I don't know if I'll need them. Plus, I mean, maybe, but I don't game, and I think the hardest my machine's going to work is probably going to be during streams. So, not really a gamer, although this is kind of I've got a few gaming parts, but definitely PC and build enthusiast parts, you know. So I'm not going to really, I'll show you all what these are though, just so you can see. I think they were on Amazon as well. Let's see, I think they have white ones. I believe that's what I was getting. Yeah, there they are right there. Okay, so, yeah, $102 for 3 fans. That seems like an awful lot. But they're Corsair, so they're probably really long-lasting fans, really nice fans. I've got some cheap LED fans I bought from one of my first rigs that I built, and the LEDs all around the edges are like flickering now, and they're going out and stuff. So, I mean, if they last a long time, then I could see paying a little bit more for cooling fans. But yeah, I mean, this is strictly in the case of this rig. I think it's mostly just for looks. So. Anyway, yeah, I'm not an AMD fanboy or anything. I just think that the price. I mean, yeah. Again, this machine that I'm on right now is an Intel, right? It's an i7, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at the price and the amount of cores and stuff. I'm definitely open to suggestions. You know, I do like Intel a lot, but man, that performance and price and all that stuff, you know, I think that for what I'm needing the machine for, it seems like AMD might be the way to go. All right, on. That's good. That's good to know, Red Panda. Your 2700 froze up twice. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm like the opposite right now. But again, this machine is so old, you know. And I'm just pushing it so hard. I try so many different things with it. Or not so many different things, but I push it pretty hard for what it actually is these days, you know. So anyway, as far as the power supply, sticking with the black and white theme, I think I'm going with this one. Although I saw a lot of videos where you could simply just take this top cover off and paint it. But in that case, in the case that I'm getting, that NZXT, I'm thinking that it doesn't even matter what color the PSU is, even if it's a. Oh, you know what? Does this thing come with those? Yeah, that comes with white cables. Okay. You'll see why I'm saying that here in a moment, because I actually have a cable kit. No, I guess I won't need it, so I didn't notice that these were white. But anyway, so let's go back to the case, because I think that the power supply is actually underneath of here, right? So it's underneath there. So I mean, I guess you'll see it. So yeah, I guess it's okay. But again, you could just get a regular black one and just paint the top piece white. I saw some people doing that online. So you know, I've been looking at little tricks that you can do. But that's cool. All right, so I'm glad I noticed that it had those white cables, because the power cables, because this was the kit that I was going to buy. This was from Newegg, with those slick braided sleeve cables and all that stuff. Total waste of money, but definitely looks, you know. Yeah, this kit right here. So these are braided, and it looks like the ones that come with the power supply aren't, which I don't really care about that too much. I'm not that particular, but so yeah, so I won't need these. So that is going to save a quick $80 right there. I am going to leave it on here, but I'll just take the price out. So, and then for the motherboard, I had a lot of, I just don't know about it. You guys probably can recommend a better motherboard or something that you know, will work better. This one is nice. It's a little pricey, just a tad bit, but I don't. If you're not familiar with this one, it is this guy right here. No, that's not it. Was it from Newegg? Oh, there it is. All right, so there's the top one. And kind of a cool looking motherboard. I looked at the specs and everything. Everything's great, and the reviews and stuff are pretty good. So not terrible. But if it was going to be perfect as far as the theme goes, then I don't know if you guys have seen those Crate, I think is the name of them, Crate. That was one of the planets in Star Wars. It was, yeah, gaming motherboard right here. But I don't know if they still make them. Now, obviously, I would be looking for a AMD. Yeah, like this one, that's a 370. But, you know, sticking with the theme, this is actually from Star Wars, right? So Crate is the name of one of the planets, right? So kind of neat. This would definitely fit. Super cool, but I'm not sure on whether or not it's a great motherboard or not. But let me look at, let's see, Asus. Yeah, I like Asus motherboards for sure. But remember, it's got to go with the theme, all right? It doesn't make that. Actually, the motherboard is kind of covered up by most things, so it doesn't really play that much, as long as it doesn't have other types of colors in there, you know. Oh, you got a Crate. Yeah, I think they're super cool looking motherboards, you know, as far as like the theme goes. So let's go with, whoops, I clicked the wrong one. And again, I might change my mind on the whole processor thing. You never know. Maybe I'll go with Crypto Z's recommendation to get an Intel, and Red Panda. Actually, both of you guys. Any specific one, Crypto Z? And one thing I do like is I like whenever they have the I/O board built in. This one isn't like totally built in, because it looks like you still have to put the plate on the back. But I like it whenever the whole thing is actually you know, you don't even have to use that whatever you call it, the I/O shield. You don't even have to use it. I dig those. Yeah, I don't mind the LEDs as long as you can control the color. I know that's kind of a silly thing, but yeah, this one's nice. I like this board. Alright, so y'all are going to make me second guess myself and start looking at Intel. And maybe I will. But yeah, this was definitely a candidate here for motherboard. Yeah, this was an ASRock. You know, I don't know. I don't have a problem with ASRock motherboards. I've had quite a few of them and never really had a problem with them. So as you can see right here, I was going to go with an AMD Ryzen 7 2700X with the cooler. Let's do a little bit of price checking, because I do have another column over here for like a second source. So I mean, I could add another line for a whole other motherboard too, but yeah, let's go back and see. Let's look at some Intel processors real quick. So what is the comparable Intel to what I was looking at as far as cores and things like that? I think it was an 8 core for the 2700, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is $120 something more than the I believe comparable. Now let's do this. Is there a way to do a comparison on here? There probably is. I don't know how to do it though. Let's see here. See, it's got 16 threads unlocked. So this one is, as far as threads goes, it's got twice as much as that Intel does. But yeah, I don't know. See, I'm looking at the whole video editing, streaming. So the cores and threads and all that stuff make a huge difference, you know. Yeah, so maybe these 8 with hyper threading and stuff like that, maybe these 8 threads, you know, operate like 16 or whatever, so. Let's see here. Could always go ahead and get the Extreme Edition. No, probably not. And actually, these two right here are close enough. And remember, I just gained $80 by not getting that cable kit. So, yeah, isn't it funny how your brain works? It's like, I just saved $80 because I'm not going to need that cable kit because my cable's already white that come with the power supply. So now I can add that to my CPU, right? Yeah, I mean, this one's definitely a candidate here. Alright, so let's look at what kind of motherboards do they have for these guys. See, the motherboards are probably going to be a little bit more expensive too. And if you were using this for a mining rig, you can have up to 40 PCI Express lanes. So you're saying Z390 with this. Let's go ahead and throw this on there. It doesn't mean I'm getting it, Red Panda. I'm just running the numbers, man. I'm just running the numbers. I'll probably end up getting the other one. But yeah, whenever you compare it, I mean it's $100 more than the i7. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's a doable price, you know. I don't know. Z390F. All right. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, see this board right there? That's sick. Like how the I/O shield is built in. I love that. It just looks so cool. Got PS2. Definitely need that. Just kidding. I like the USB-C back there. That is cool. Yeah, I knew about the AMD Computex. They're supposed to announce their new CPU on there, from what I understand. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this board too. I love the looks of it. Now I'm gonna have a M.2. I already have the hard drive here. I have one of these. I bought this a while back. The Western Digital Black SN750. So that's what I'll be using. And then I also have some large, like a 2 terabyte regular hard drive, and I think I've got, man, I want to say I've got another one around here too, because I'm going to have some storage for like videos and things like that, which they end up taking up a lot. Yeah, so this is definitely a candidate here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I honestly didn't think I would build a 9.9 until you guys talked me into it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. So that was $209.99. So I definitely compensated for that $80 that I saved on the cable kit. All right, so here's where I had a little bit, oh, $398, okay, I'll check that out. Oh, this one has wireless too. I don't really need wireless. Or were you talking about this one? Either one? Oh, that's MSI. Okay, never mind. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, I like this board too. This one doesn't have Wi-Fi, right? No. Doesn't matter though, because I don't need that. All right, yeah, this one I'll keep this one in mind too. It's a little bit less expensive than the other one. 30 bucks, right? 20 bucks. All right, so yeah, I'll keep that one in mind. All right, now the next thing was, I don't know, I didn't really want to go with any type of liquid cooling, but I got to looking at some stuff online, and it seems that they've really got some things nailed down as far as the fittings and even the hard tubing. You know, it seems like that kind of stuff is a little bit easier nowadays than it used to be. But you know, I don't think that I really need it. It would look cool, but I don't think that I really need any type of liquid cooling. But if I did, I might just get something like this right here. It's, you know, clearly a closed loop kind of thing, you know, all in one kind of thing. But yeah, this one right here. I don't know, and I think that's where I came up with those other fans too, because you know the fans, the other fans I had earlier on there matched these, you know. So it would all look pretty consistent, but I don't know. What do you guys think about the liquid cooling, the kits like this? I think that air is fine. I do, especially for what I do. I mean, again, I'm just talking about video editing. I'm not gaming or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. This one's, I'm still kind of up in the air on this one. What kind of does that processor come with a fan? I would imagine it's probably the default. I didn't even look at that. The Intel stock cooler thing. Wasn't that $4.99 earlier? Did it just go down in price while we're live here? No, okay, 484. I thought it was 499 for some reason. Okay. So it doesn't have any cooler at all for the i9. Okay. Yeah, because i7s, they all come with that pretty much stock Intel cooler. This is the kind I have on my machine right now. I know Noctua fans are really good, but those colors, I just can't do it. Oh man. This thing looks intense right here, huh? Yeah, I most likely wouldn't be doing any like overclocking or anything like that. Yeah, this is a good looking cooler too. I like it. I do. All right. It's got a pretty good price too, but wow, $15 shipping, Jesus. Must be coming straight from China. All right, so that brings us to, all right, so I might be able to take off, $149 cooler, although I still like, I like the, and it would be a little bit quieter. I don't know how loud this fan is, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know which way I'll go with that. Whether or not I'll stick with this or, yeah, I don't know. That's pretty sweet looking right there, though. All right. Yeah, I'll kick that around and see where I'm going to go with that. So next up is memory. And the memory that I chose so far. Now this board, I don't know what this board supports. If it supports the, what are they up to? 3440, I think, something like that. And the board that I had picked out before, the other one did support it, but I don't think that I think I have 3200 here. Yeah, 3200. Okay, so this was the memory I picked out. Although I think I had, I want to say I had this one here because I wanted to get all 4 slots filled up. So this was what I chose for that. It's 3200. Yeah, 32 gig. Probably more than I need. Probably could get by with 16, but the price isn't too awful bad, I guess. So 32 gig. And I'm thinking this is a pretty good memory here. Again, Corsair. Kind of staying consistent here. So that is the memory, unless y'all come up with something else. Now the video card is a tough one for me because I have a lot of video cards, right, that I could use. Like I could use the, any one of the 1070, a 1070 Ti or a 1080. But I think I kind of just wanted to have my own for the streaming editing rig. I didn't want to have to borrow one out of my rig, so I was going to just get a new one. And the fans and stuff like that obviously have been on for quite some time. Yeah, that's true. That's true, CryptoZ. So the GPU that I was looking at is, I wanted something, obviously, to stick with the theme, right? So this was what I came up with. 2060. I don't need, again, I think this is a pretty good card. I'm not a huge fan of Gigabyte because in my rig, I've got one rig that's 8 gigabyte RX 580s, and let me just say that that has been my most problematic rig. That rig, whenever I turn it on, I have to turn that thing on and off probably on average maybe 7 times to get all the GPUs to be recognized. And obviously it's probably not the GPU's fault. It's probably the motherboard, maybe the motherboard, and talking to the risers. I don't know what it is, but that thing is a problem. And just the quality of the GPUs. For example, on the top, the plastic piece that has Gigabyte written on it, some of them are almost like they were in a rush to do them or something, and there's like light shining through it where there shouldn't be light shining through it, like it's like they didn't spray it right or something. I don't know how they designed the thing, but yeah, it just looks like poor quality, I guess you could say. But I don't know if maybe these particular GPUs right here would be much better quality. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this particular GPU. I do like that it has a backplate and stuff on it. That's cool. And I believe that this would work out pretty well for a video editing machine. But let me know what you think about that. So that's what I chose for the GPU. And then I've got that hard drive already, or the M.2. And yeah, this hard drive, I don't even know where that hard drive is at. It's laying around here somewhere. Because the other one I showed you was a 2 terabyte. So anyway, but both of those I already have. Then the next thing was the monitors. And again, not gaming, so I don't need all the highest end type monitors. But this one, where is it? Yeah, right here. This is what I chose. I think that price has actually dropped too. Oh wow. Look at that. $174.99. And I had it listed here as $219. So earlier today or last night, whenever I was looking at it, it was $219, and now it's $174. That's pretty sick. I don't know. Anyway, so they're going to force me to go ahead and buy these, I guess. Again, not gaming, but this is a huge monitor. I measured it like on my desk here, and good grief, this is going to be huge. And I wanted to get dual monitors because of streaming and stuff like that. It makes things so much easier. So I was going to get 2 of these, and reading the reviews and stuff. I mean, look at the reviews; they're 5-star. But I think that the problem, because I do want to get an arm, and have them either on the wall or on one of those clamps, on the edge of the desk. And so the VESA is apparently underneath here, and if you get a normal VESA mount, it actually sticks out at the bottom. So what they're saying in the comments and stuff is people are having to cut the VESA mount, the bottom part of it off if they don't want it to be seen in here. Now obviously they probably make them that only have the top part. I don't know. I haven't looked too far into it. But that's something I can look at in the future anyway, because I could just set it on the desk just like that. That's a pretty good looking stand too, so I'm not really worried about that part, although I did want to have it movable and stuff. Up and down. For my configuration, I kind of need that, so I don't know. Let me know what you think about this particular monitor. I think it's actually not a bad gaming monitor. As I'm looking at the specs here, I think that even this stuff is pretty good. And another thing I kind of worried about was it being curved and being right next to another curved monitor. But from what I could tell, people do it all the time. If the curve is too much, then if you put 2 of them side by side, then you're going to be kind of like wrapped around, right? So I didn't want to get that much curve to it, if you understand what I'm saying. I want it to be, not so much that I can't put 2 monitors side by side, put it that way. Right on, CryptoZ. Thanks for that info. All right, so man, that price is that price is killing me because, wow, that's what, $40 less basically. That is sick. So that pretty much means I'm going to have to buy them right away because I'm sure that that price isn't going to be that low that long, I don't think. Wow, that's crazy. All right, so yeah, 2 of those here, and then I've got a mechanical gaming keyboard. I've gone back and forth about that. I don't know if I wanted to get a white one or a black one. I don't know. I'm just kind of goofing off with that, but I've allotted about $80 here for keyboard and mouse. Not terrible. And then Windows Pro 64-bit. It had it on Amazon for $117, but that's the System Builder OEM. It's like the one that is not transferable. If you change your hardware and stuff, it like locks into the motherboard, I believe. So if you wanted to upgrade, it would be kind of tough. So that brings us to a whopping $2,080. Now I need to change this price here. That's right. $174.99. I can't believe those monitors came down that much. You know how mad I would have been if I went ahead and bought them for $219? All right, now what else could I take off of here? Got the power supply case, that's off of there. Okay, so $149 for the cooler. What was the other cooler? It was about $42 if I remember right. So that's $110 off of that. All right, I mean we're pretty close to what my budget was for this machine, so yeah, that is probably where I'm going to go. You never know, I might change my mind and go back to the AMD, but you guys have kind of convinced me to stick with Intel here. And an i9 would be pretty sick, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about this a little bit though before I pull the trigger, but I might pull the trigger on these monitors like right now today. Yeah, the SSD, they're right here. I already had them, CryptoZ. I've got I've got a 500 gig WD Black SN750 NVMe SSD with the one I got, the one with the heatsink on it. This one right here. And then I also have, if that would ever focus on that, good grief. Anyway, and then I also have a couple of the large hard drives, like 1 terabyte, and I've got a 2 terabyte as well. Oh, the 1 terabyte's in my closet. It's still in the case. It's still in the box. So I think that's going to be. I think it's going to be a pretty good machine. I only build myself a machine. I mean, I work in IT, so I should have. I'm like that guy that. I think the way I've described it before is, if I was a mechanic, right, I would be the mechanic working on a Lamborghini but driving a Corvette, right? that would be me, So I don't get the highest end everything. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know. I get something that will work and hold me over for several years, and I'm good with it. Again, this machine that I'm on right now is old. I mean, I want to say it's 8 years old. I don't know for sure, but I think it's 8. It might actually be 9. I don't know for sure. I'd have to look back and find out. I know I didn't go, and even back then I didn't go high end everything. I got a pretty good processor for the time, but my video card, it's an older one. I didn't go high end then. You know, this will definitely be one of the highest end machines I've ever built for sure. If I build it, we'll see. I think I'm gonna have to though. I can't have my streams like, you know, locking up and stuff. That's not good. So and I just, again, it only does it whenever I'm streaming, so it's really super hard to troubleshoot. I mean, yeah, I could sit here on a Saturday or something maybe and, you know, do fake streams and try to troubleshoot it, but whenever it locks up, it just locks up. That's it. You know, there's no control delete. The only thing I can do is hard power cycle it. So if I'm not able to capture, you know, why it's happening, then it would be kind of a lost cause. It's probably something silly. It's probably something like just a bad memory, or, you know, it's not the hard drive. I did a lot of tests. I was thinking for a long time there that it was the hard drive, but I did a lot of tests on it, and it seems fine. With the utilities that Intel has for their hard drives, because it's an Intel SSD. It's kind of an old one, but all the tests and everything from their utilities ran fine on it. It didn't come up with any problems at all. And then recently I was like, you know, I've got like a lot of external hard drives plugged into this thing. Maybe it's something, you know, going on with those. So I unplugged those and it still did it. After I basically right now I don't have anything plugged into it other than what I absolutely have to have, you know. So I think it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just old. It's just old. That's it. So I don't know. I will probably buy the monitors tonight, and then we'll just kind of see where this goes. See what I decide. I'll sleep on the whole processor thing and see if I'm ready to spend $484 on a processor. But that i9 would last me